In news from Jamaica, a formidable Bruce Golding would not subject himself to the line of questioning from attorney representing the Jamaica Constabulary Force, Deborah Martin. The former Prime Minister sat in the witness seat for a second day on Tuesday at the West Kingston Commission of Inquiry. Ms. Martin questioned whether Golding, who was the Member of Parliament at the time of the May 2010 West Kingston incursion, was concerned about the safety of his constituents. The attorney argued that the residents were in grave danger of internal criminals who had erected barricades. However, Golding countered, insisting that the security forces had provided transportation services for civilians to vacate Tivoli if they so desired. He insisted the security forces had relayed to him that all efforts would be taken to minimize any risk to citizens.
You are aware of the details of the initiative that persons could take JUTC buses and go to a safe place for at least 24 hours?
That I was aware of, because that was carried on the media when I heard about that.
And were you aware also that persons were afraid to take that initiative?
No, how would I be aware?
I'm sorry, sir?
How on earth would I be aware of that?
Because it's within your constituency. Persons may have been calling you.
It's not everything in the constituency that the MP can know.
But were you aware that people were
afraid? I was not.
You were not aware of the fear
no, I was
that
not.
persons in your constituency were feeling in the period of the build-up?
There was tension, you know, Ms. Martin, or I'm sorry,
I'm suggesting
Mr. Chairman.
more than tension, that people were afraid.
All right.
There was tension. I would not have been in a position to determine whether that tension arose from an anticipated operation to be carried out by the security forces, or whether that tension would arise from the possibility of persons seeking to resist the security forces entering. I can't determine what was the cause of that fear.
But the attorney was not pleased with Mr. Golding's response. However, he was adamant that a personal involvement would have been inappropriate and injudicious.
If I were to accept what Ms. Martin is suggesting, that is the proper role for a Prime Minister, then the discharge of that role couldn't be confined only to the constituency that the Prime Minister represents. It would have to be something that the Prime Minister is prepared to do in any part of Jamaica, and that I would consider to be absurd.
Ms. Martin would eventually be satisfied when Mr. Golding accepted that residents were at risk to criminals.
So you accepted that the community of Tivoli itself was threatened by the actions of criminal forces within Tivoli. Tivoli people were at risk.
Yes.
From criminals within, you say?
From within the community. The persons who erected those barricades, the persons who had the guns, they put the community of Tivoli at risk.
That's not an issue that we need to entertain a dispute about.
It's something I wish to have your agreement on.
And I said so. I just don't know how more profoundly you would like it said.
Well, we're here because it is so profound. Because such horrors befell the people of Tivoli.